Hello, Iterating fans. Welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to be talking about dictionaries. So, dictionaries in the robot framework. So, dictionaries essentially store data. So, they are variables that store data in a key value pair. So, let's see what it says. So, we have the variable person, and then we have the equal to sign, and then the curly brackets. So, typically, this is how dictionaries are. But this format is for actual programming languages like, let's say, Python or JavaScript. So when you see something like this, then you know it's a dictionary. So we have the person variable or dictionary, and then we have the equal to sign and then the curly brackets. So the curly brackets lets us know it is a dictionary, or in JavaScript, an object. And what did we say? We said dictionaries are stored, the data in the dictionary is stored in a key value pair. So the red is the key, and then the white is the value. So you have the name key, and then the value is John Doe. We have the age key, the value is 67. We have the occupation key, the value is pilot. Then we have another dictionary, which is a car. So the car variable, the equal to sign, and then the curly brackets. And then we have the brand in this case, which is the key. And then we have the value, which is Nissan. Then we have another key model. And then the value is Qashqai. And then the year key, and the value being 2020. Because the 2020 is a number, there's no need to bring the quotes around the 2020. Unlike the Nissan and then the Qashqai, these are strings. So it's required that we bring the quotes around the values. And if it was a Boolean value, no need to bring the quotes as well. And these two are also known as the JSON. So that's the JavaScript object notation. So whenever you hear JSON, then it means it's a dictionary or an object in this exact format, the key value pair format. So anytime you say JSON, just remember this is what it is referring to, JavaScript object notation. And then to access the values in the dictionary, you can use the dot notation or the bracket notation. In the robot framework, it's the dot notation, whereas in JavaScript, for example, you can use both approaches. So in this case, we still have the person dictionary. We have the name, which is John Doe, age 67, occupation pilot. So when we say dot notation, it means if you want to access a value in the dictionary, you reference the dictionary variable itself. So this is it, person, and then the dot sign, and then the name of the key you want. So if it is name, you just put name over here, and which will give you the value John Doe. So person dot name gives you John Doe, and then the same way person dot age gives you 67. Person dot age. So the name of the variable dot and then the key you want, that should give you the value. And then we have the person dot occupation, that also gives you the pilot. And this is the bracket notation. So person block brackets or square brackets, and then the key you want in quotes, and that should also give you John Doe. But in the robot framework, we use the dot notation. So we are going to stick to this, the person dot name, person dot age, person dot occupation, in that format. Now that we have the basic understanding of what a dictionary is, let us see it in action. Yeah, so we are back, and this is the PyCharm IDE once again. So to start the demonstration on how to use dictionaries, let us create a dictionary file in the test cases. So let's go to the test cases folder, create a new file. Let's say dictionary.robot, and let's enter. And then let's just copy this boilerplate and paste over here and delete everything in it. So yes, so we still have the test suite setup and the test teardown, blah blah blah. So let's start. So we have the settings, we have the test cases. So let us bring the variables as well. So I use that to explain. And let me quickly bring the web app we have been using. And then as you can see, there are no employees registered. So let me minimize that one. Yes, so dictionaries essentially are also variables. So how do you create a dictionary? For normal variables, we use the $sign. So anytime I see or anytime anyone sees the $sign, the person knows it's a normal variable storing only one value. So with the dictionaries, we use the ampersand sign, which is the end sign. Yes, so the end sign and then the curly brackets as usual. And then you name it, you give it a name. So let's say this will be Emily Johnson. And then let's tab a few times. And then the key. As you can remember, dictionary store data in a key value pair. So we have the key, let's say first name, then the equal to sign, and then the name of the person. So that is Emily. And then let's tab a few times, and then last name equal to sign and Johnson. And then the date of birth, let's say 15th July 1992. And then we have the social security number as well, 1507 say 92-547K. And then the salary, let's say 3,000 euros. So unlike the previous register employees robot, we had to type these, we have to supply these to the register an employee keyword. So assuming you have a long list of employees, they will be in a dictionary form. So the employees will be in a dictionary form and then they will be stored in a list. But as you can see, we are manually typing these in. So let's see the difference or similarities between this approach and storing the employees' data in a dictionary. So that's what we are doing. So from this one, we see the first name to be John, last name Doe, the date of birth, the social security number, and then the salary. So now we are storing everything in a dictionary. So the first name, last name, date of birth, social security number, and then the salary. I already have a couple of names available. So let me just copy it and bring it over. So we have, so the same way, the keys have to be the same. So we have the David Williams dictionary, the first name, key, David, value. David to be the value. And then we have the last name as well, date of birth, social security number, blah, blah, blah. So even if you have 10 employees, you just duplicate one of these and just change the values because the keys will be the same. So let me quickly align these so we can continue. Let me just change this salary to, let's say, 88,000 euros. So now the dictionaries have been created. Now let us create a variable, a test case, sorry. Let's say log all employees, and then let's log, let's say this will be, the tag will be emp for employee. Then let's log the Emily Johnson, and then let's log the others as well. David Williams, then Olivia Brown. So let's run it and see what happens. So the robot command, then we can run the emp tag, and then let's specify the logs and then the path to the dictionary file. So this is it. So let's see. Let me delete the logs so we have fresh logs. Then enter. Yeah, so it passed. So let's open the log.html to check. Yes, so this is it. So first name Emily, last name Johnson, date of birth, social security number, blah blah blah. So for all of this, so typically the dictionaries will be placed in a list. So after doing this, we need to put them in a list so we can easily loop over the list to grab the individual employees. And then to make a list, use the @ sign, and then let's say all employees. Then we can now pass in the dictionaries we created at the top. So now let's pass in these variables. So we have David Williams, and let's tab a few times. And then we have Olivia Brown. So let's remove these two, and then let's reference the all employees instead and see what we get this time around. Yes, so let's see. So employees, then log all employees. So this is it. So it has logged all the employees. So first name Emily, last name Johnson, blah blah blah. So we now have all the employees in a list. So let's continue. So now that we have all the employees in the list, let us try to register them. So we can use the for in. So for employee in all employees, what do you want to do? Let us let's see, details for employee. So this employee will have one dictionary during the first iteration, and then the second dictionary during the second iteration, and the third dictionary during the third iteration. So all we are saying is this is a list of all the employees you have. In this case, 3 employees. So for the first employee, so employee in all employees. So for the first time, this employee variable will store the Emily Johnson dictionary. Then the second time, the employee would have David Williams in it. So this employee will have David Williams in the second iteration. And then the last iteration will have Olivia Brown, the Olivia Brown dictionary in the employees variable, in this employee variable. So we are now logging the details of that employee, log details for employee. But this employee has first name, last name, date of birth, social security number, and the salary. So we want to log the first name So employee dot first name. So this employee dot first name from the PowerPoint I showed, this is the dot notation. So we are referencing the name of the dictionary. So this employee is the dictionary dot first name. So go to that employee and access the first name value by using its key. So the first name is the key. So employee dot first name. So employee dot first name will be here. Employee dot first name Emily. Employee dot first name David. Employee dot Olivia. Employee dot first name will be Olivia. So if it was last name, then we'll have employee dot last name Johnson, Williams, Brown, blah blah blah. So now we want to register an employee. So what do we do? So let's just call the, no, we don't have it. I deleted it. So let me copy that keyword. Or no, let's see. I think I already have it in the register employees. So let's see. Yeah, so register an employee. So it takes the first name, last name, date of birth, social security number, and then the salary. So this keyword can be found in the register.robot file in the keywords directory from here. Yes. So let's say register. So register an employee. Yes. So let's say, yes. So now we already have the first name over there. So let's put the curly brackets around it. And then let's reference employee dot first name. So let's just copy this one and then paste. Yes. So employee dot first name, employee dot last name, employee dot DOB, date of birth, employee dot SSN. Now we have employee dot salary, employee dot salary. So during the first iteration is going to log this details for, let's say, Emily. So employee dot first name Emily, after which it's going to register that employee, and then it goes the second time to the David Williams dictionary, and then the third time to Olivia Brown dictionary. So let's run it and see what we get. Yes. Yeah. So all the employees have been registered, and let's compare this to this one. As you can see from this test suite, we have to create different test cases for all the employees. So register John Doe, register James Smith, blah blah blah. And then the way it was set up is that after each test case, the browser closes and reopens for the next test case. But with this one, it does everything at a go. It opens the browser once and registers all the employees, and then it closes the browser. So in this case, it saves a lot of time, but it depends on your use case. If your use case is that you need to use dictionaries, you can use them. But this was the best example I could come up with. So just play around it and see how dictionaries are used together with lists. So let's continue. So we now have the employees registered. So as we can see, so let's continue. So let's create another test case. Let's say creating dictionaries. Let's tag this. Let's say dict for dictionary. So we have the set variable and then a set global and a set local variable to create like normal variables. So for instance, if I wanted to create a first name variable, so I can just do the set variable and then, create the variable and then give the value. So let's say set variable b, and then I just create the let's say first name. Yes, so this is how the variable is created, normal variable. So we can do that with dictionaries as well, but not with this keyword. So let's remove this one. And yeah, so we have the create, create dictionary keyword. So create dictionary, and then it returns the dictionary. So we need to store the dictionary. So let's say my dictionary, and then it takes the key value pairs once again. So from similar to what we have at the top, the key value pairs. The only difference is that we are using the dollar sign, but at the top, since we are not using the create dictionary keyword, we need to specify that this particular variable is a dictionary by using the and sign or the ampersand sign. So we have the, let's say, occupation to be the key, then let's say soldier. Give it one tab just in case, and then let's say marital status, let's say married. Yeah, so this is it. So this is essentially the same as what we've done at the top with the first name and the last name and the date of birth. So we are now creating the dictionary and assigning these key value pairs to it. So occupation is soldier, marital status married, and then we are storing it in the my dictionary. So let's log it and see what we have, my dictionary. And then we have another way we can do it. We can create an empty dictionary. So this is not an empty dictionary because we create it by using the create dictionary keyword, and then we've already supplied the key value pairs to it. So this is not empty. So we can create an empty dictionary. So let's say my dictionary 2. So now this is an empty dictionary. So let's log it and see what we get. So my dictionary 2. And then to populate this empty dictionary, there's yet another keyword we can use. So if you create this empty dictionary, there's another keyword we can use to put in the key value pairs. That is the set to dictionary keyword, and that takes the first argument will be the name of the dictionary. So the name of the dictionary, so this one, so my dictionary, because it is empty, and then the key value pairs. So we can still have the occupation, which is let's say banker, and then marital status. Then we can have, let's say, single. Yes. So let us log that one to the screen as well, and let's see what we have. And then the same way we can create a list as well. So we created one dictionary, the second and the third dictionary, and then place them here. So we can create a list as well by using the create list keyword, and that returns a list. So let us store that one. So let's say my list, and then we can now pass in the my dictionary and then my dictionary 2 to it. So my dictionary and then my dictionary 2 to it. So let us log my list as well and see what we get. So we've now created a dictionary in a test case. So created a create dictionary keyword, and then this second create dictionary keyword creates an empty dictionary, and then to populate the empty dictionary, we use the set to dictionary keyword. And then after that, we can now create a list by using the create list keyword and then supplying the dictionaries we created to it. So let's see what we get. So let me change the tag to the dict. Let's run and see what happens. Yes, so let's go back. Yeah, so all the test cases passed, or at least the creating dictionary test case passed. So we have the my dictionary. So we have the occupation key, we have the soldier value, marital status key, married value. So let's go to the empty one. So as you can see, this is empty. So empty curly brackets as compared to this one, which is populated with the occupation and then the marital status. So next, so this is the empty dictionary form from here. So next, after creating the empty dictionary, we now populate it with the set to dictionary keyword. And then this is it. So occupation, banker, marital status, single. And then we are now creating the list as well. So create list keyword. And then we pass in the two dictionaries from here, the my dictionary 2 and then the my dictionary. So as you can see, we have the block brackets or the square brackets, meaning this is a list. So occupation, blah blah blah, occupation, blah blah blah. And then this is what we have. So this is how we can use dictionaries in robot framework and lists as well. Thank you for watching this video. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share because more content is coming. Thank you.